Welcome one and all once again to the Movie Guys, specifically what we call the TMG interview. It's a lot like TMZ, except not as annoying, but we just wanted to do the TM something that seemed like a popular thing. So I know the TMG interview is the Movie Guys interview, but just, hey, go with me. We've got a couple of guests here in studio, which is when I like to jump on here and record some things. As you may know, the movie Showcast is come and gone, but please check out iTunes, YouTube, and everywhere else, Podbean, where we have old episodes of the show, and get the full comedy show experience with guests and all that. For the TMG interview, we've whittled it down to just the guests, and this is a week of a big film festival in the Los Angeles area. Is there a week where there is not a big film fest in the Los Angeles area? We'll get to the bottom of that and more things with the heads of the SoCal Clips Indie Film Festival, Andrew Bourgeois and Leah Shaw. Hey, everybody. I'm applauding because it's just me. There's no audience, but I'm excited.
Thanks for having us.
Good to have you both here. So I had brought this up earlier. We are in the throes of the final week before the film fest. So one of you tell us when the fest is and where to go and how to get tickets, and the other one tell me what you're doing here at the last few minutes, so however you care to take it. Let me see also, this will be fun, how you divide duties. Go ahead.
Not unlike we do it when we do the festival. Basically, the film festival starts, it'll be August 12th, and it'll be all day long at Raleigh Studios, starting at noon at 12 p.m., all the way up to the last screening at 8 p.m. So, yep, that's it. And
I forgot. I felt like it was 2 days because, full disclosure, myself and some friends have a film this year in the fest. And there's a Friday night event, too, so I'm thinking it's a 2-day thing. But that's just for us.
No, you're absolutely right.
That's just for the filmmakers, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, great, yeah. See,
so Friday night's just for the filmmakers to get to meet and know each other and collaborate. So
and Saturday all day at Raleigh. Now, those are nice digs.
Yeah,
Raleigh
it's
Studio,
really nice.
We're not just going to somebody's gym and throwing up an inflatable screen. The Raleigh Studios are the real deal. And plus, if you want to go on a studio lot, right? Feel like a hot shot and check out where things are being made. They're currently shooting. Are they shooting Star Trek? Or something?
They're always shooting.
They're shooting something.
I know they shoot Grey's Anatomy there. They're shooting Castle there. When you get to the lot, you can see the names of what's shooting there on parking spaces reserved. So if you want to know what's shooting there, come down to Raleigh and surprise, surprise, you will find out.
Yep, and it's nice digs, and they're making it nicer as well. So they're updoing the Chaplin Theater as well. Usually we have our opening night screening in that one, the bigger one, but this year we can't because they're making it even nicer.
So you're over in Pickford, right?
Yeah. Yes, correct.
All named after legendary. How can you go wrong? Go into a theater on a lot named after Pickford and Chaplin and Fairbanks. Is that the other one?
Yes.
Correct.
So it's all the legends. So Leah, what are you doing in this last week to make sure that everything goes smoothly?
Dotting my I's and crossing my T's. This last week, it's just making sure we have all our lists and double-checking everything. So, and promoting.
Are all the volunteers in place? I'm sure they got to be by now.
Yes.
Right?
So just confirming all of our volunteers, double-checking our staff, making sure we have everyone's names down on the list, press, photography.
Double-checking the filming blocks.
Yeah, double-checking equipment.
Reflecting on...
It's just confirmations.
Reflecting on 40 weeks ago when you were doing nothing.
Exactly.
And relaxing and
staring
waiting for
my
submissions
watch.
to come in, staring at the watch. Exactly. So then, all right, so go through the timeline of this. When did... I'm going to go way back. We had I run themovieguys.net, as you probably know if you're listening to this. Themovieguys.net had a running article series, I believe, for 40 weeks by Justin Bowler, who was one of my cohorts on the film that made it into your festival. And he, before we submitted this film to any festivals, wanted to reach out to fests and find out what kind of level of film festival friendliness the festival had. Now, we would write about the fest's friendliness regardless of whether we got in or not. And, also in full disclosure, we didn't get into 30 festivals. So this is legit. We're not just messing around. And we certainly didn't use it as any kind of springboard to get into a festival. But I think it's important for people to know, and Justin did as well, which is why he wrote this article series, and you guys can chime in on this as well. You want to know when you submit that your film's getting a fair shake. You worked who knows how long. I mean, I've been writing a feature film for 8 years. By the time it gets made, I want to know that the guy's not just sitting there watching the first 10 minutes and flipping over to the latest Transformers movie, on cable. We want to know your film gets a fair shake. So we wanted to find out if the film got a fair shake, what kind of parameters the festival worked under, because our film is a genre piece. There's nudity. It's a horror film. It's 17 minutes. Is that too long? Is it too short? Find out all these things before you go spending yet another. I mean, the shorts, I'm sure we've quadrupled the budget. We spent 4 times the money submitting the fest than we did making the film. So you want to make sure you have a fair shake. The SoCal Clips Indie Film Festival passed the test. It was not so much a test as can we get a good response, and we did from Leah, who was sitting right here, letting us know and making us feel safe to go ahead and submit. This is one of the ones we were lucky to get into. We did get into about 13 or so fests, and then again about 30 said no thanks. But so what is your protocol then? How does it all start? Who gets in place to monitor the films as submissions and preview them and review them and all that? But how long ago does it start too?
We're actually open for submissions for our 2018 season now.
I believe that.
And so we opened for submissions last year at the same exact time, and we also had our film festival at the same time. So we started accepting submissions 2 weeks before our festival opened last year. So August 1st last year, we opened for submissions for the next season. And then we have a committee that watches and scores all the films, and then that's how they get decided based on their scores.
And who is that committee?
It's a committee of our judges that
are these
you can go
the
online.
same people that will come and judge at the fest? Or I'm assuming there'll be awards at the fest?
Correct.
Yes.
Are they the same people, or you just got to mix it up and mix and match as you go?
We have a few different people. So the juries are different from aren't necessarily the same people that are on the selection committee, but some of them are.
Okay.
Correct.
So some people have seen it all the way through.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then, so then when does do you have next week's location locked in? I'm just curious about the mechanics of how a film fest gets put together. And do you have the dates locked in already? Do you have to do it that far in advance? Because studios go into Raleigh and preview and do QC stuff and show dailies and all that.
Correct. So
it's a highly used facility.
So you do have to have everything set up when you open for submissions and prepped pretty much a year in advance.
I believe it.
Yeah, so you have to have that stuff locked in, and then other stuff gets locked in as you go along, but you have it planned, and you have a system of how you're going to do it.
The food you're going to give the filmmakers Friday night, when is that determined? And what is it going to be? No, that's just for me. Sorry. All right, well, let's go to exactly what Leah wrote, because, again, Justin wrote 3 big points to all of the film festivals, asking basically and Leah's eyeballing what I have written here. But believe me, it's all good stuff. It's already in print on our site, and it's it shows this is a good example of how to communicate with filmmakers, because you get nervous, you get worried about taking your baby and putting it out there and then spending up to $100. But I think your submission fees are at $45 at the most, right?
Yeah, that's the late deadline. Our early bird deadline, which is right now, you can submit, is $25.
That's great.
Yeah, that's like a student fee.
Is that feature?
No, that's just for shorts.
Yeah,
that's for shorts.
It's all shorts.
Your whole thing is okay. I know we were in a
correct.
short block. I didn't look at the other blocks. So apologies to the other festival. I looked at where we were and what was
They did the
surrounding
same
us.
thing.
That's
It's
it.
fine.
We're at 4:00 on Saturday. But anyway, concerning our short, Leah wrote back that you're all about diversity. Most of the films have adult content. We offer a teen filmmaker category and screen them separately during the day unless they contain adult content, which quite a few do.
Yeah.
Which I believe. And so is that the same this year?
Yeah, all the films are adult friendly, really, so they're just scattered.
Yeah, they're all kind of mixed and matched.
They're mature. Yeah.
Come for a day of mature films at
Correct.
Raleigh Studios. Hey, that's not a bad thing
Correct.
to say. There aren't a lot of those. And well, already I think the Friday night feast, jam, hangout session, networking thing, now there's going to be press there, right?
Yes,
So
there's
filmmakers
press.
get to talk up their movies.
There'll be press,
Who doesn't love that?
photography,
Red carpets, the step and repeat, the whole shebang.
and it's a VIP reception only. So it's strictly for filmmakers, people with VIP passes that are on our list will be in attendance.
Nice. Cool. That's a huge perk because you want to feel like a big shot when you submit your film to a festival, especially at Raleigh Studios.
Yeah, and we've had a lot of conversations about that too, trying to really give the filmmakers as much as we can when they submit to our festivals, because we do know how it is. We're both filmmakers as well, which is why we keep the budget. The budget's low, the budget cap, and the submission fees low.
I wanted to get to that next about where you guys came from. One last question about the fest itself. Are there Q&As? Do the filmmakers get to get up and talk in front of the people who just saw the film?
Absolutely.
Oh, cool.
No. Just kidding.
If Leah has her way. Leah's got a child on the way, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just announced it.
So she's like, no Q&A. I gotta go take a nap. Right. No. Did I just announce it now on the air? Oh, okay.
No,
I didn't know if I was
known.
spoiling a thing. If you see her, you know what's going on. But all right, so let's talk about you guys. So you were filmmakers originally, and then you just branched off and said, I want to start my own. Did you work in fests before this one?
I didn't actually. SoCal is kind of Leah's other baby, if you will.
Yes, I birthed it about 5 years ago. Yeah, so I had a short film that was made on a micro budget, but it was valued at probably $100,000 worth of equipment and like union professionals working on this film, and I did tons of film festivals with it, and I just saw how our film, I think, was made on a budget of $2,500, and there were other short films with budgets of like $50,000 that would win, of course, the festivals we were at. And I just had an idea to start a festival for films with low budgets to even the playing field and showcase like really talented, creative, innovative ideas that you can come up with when you don't have any money, and when you have to come up with other ways to shoot, you know what I mean? And figure it out. And I think that it can make for a much more interesting film because you don't just have the money to buy whatever you need, so you have to be more creative with your shots.
Absolutely. I say that with features, too. If you have restrictions, you will get more creative. Mm-hmm. As soon as they give the guy who's come up in the indie films the big budget, it's over. He's like, he gets out of hand. All the containment he had to have to be creative to work within, it's gone. Yeah, and he just goes nuts. I didn't know that. That's the theme to the SoCal Clips Indie Film Fest. I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't know that. That's cool. Well, I'm proud to be a part of that, because the first film I took to a festival was a documentary. I borrowed a friend's camera, and I had the editing equipment, so I just went around and interviewed people and filmed B-roll and put it together in 9-minute short. And so I got up in front of everyone for the Q&A, and they were going down the budgets. I'm like, this was the days of like the Canon XL1, is that what it was called, with the mini DV tape? So I literally said,
I have one of those still.
I think I spent $8 on tapes. That's my budget. Sorry. I mean, and I submitted. It was $35 to get into the LA Shorts Film Fest, but that was it. So I know micro budgets. But let's. So then you guys start this up, and the rates were based on your own history. You didn't want to blow anybody out with $100 rates or anything like that. That's a lot for a short, anyway. They don't think it up to 100. But then again, check our article series on the movie guy. I think Justin encountered it, so we wanted to make sure.
No, I would submit to film festivals with a short that were $80 to submit. I mean, a lot.
We had we always reference in that article series as well the film Official Rejection. You ever see Official Rejection by Paul Osborne?
Mm-mm.
He went on to make a film called Favor, and he's working on another movie now. It was a documentary about film festivals and how you can get the raw deal from them. So if you don't know about it, then you escape their camera. So some people don't look great, but others look amazing. Phoenix Film Fest comes out looking great. Yet there's one in Chicago called the Chicago Underground or something like that, where just the screening went under, and there's no one in the lobby to deal with him, and he flew people in, he flew himself in, and it was just a huge mess.
That's the nightmares.
This is that movie full of nightmares. And he got guys like Chris Gore and Kevin Smith and others, Lloyd Kaufman, to talk about everything.
It's like the Spinal Tap of film festivals.
I recommend it for everybody. You should check it out because it's a doc that is sad but true in some cases, but in other cases celebratory. Like I said, Phoenix Film Fest is a great one. We went there as the movie guys a few years back and hosted a bunch of screenings and Q&As and that kind of thing. So that's a good fest. But now, how does workflow work without a box and Film Freeway? Are you on both of those?
Correct.
Yeah, we work on both of them, and Really, I mean, Leah deals with the websites more than I do. I come in more the downloads, making sure all the films are kind of up to snuff, have good audio, things like that. So the workflow on the websites, as far as we prefer Film Freeway, right?
We prefer Film Freeway.
Yeah.
They're friendlier towards film festivals and to filmmakers. Without a Box is the big corporate guy. Film Freeway came in with much more affordable prices for both filmmakers and for film festivals. And then because they were Without a Box actually had to lower its prices to compete with Film Freeway, and now Film Freeway continues to come up with more interesting things that are more helpful and more user-friendly to film festivals and to filmmakers. So they're creating a lot of competition for Without a Box, which didn't have any before. So they had the whole market. They charged whatever they wanted. And I would recommend go to Film Freeway over Without a Box.
Well, it didn't
Okay.
used to be that way, right? Who bought Without a Box? Was it Amazon?
IMDb.
IMDb?
Yeah.
Right.
Does Amazon own IMDb too?
I don't
I
know.
don't
I don't know.
know.
Check your
Pull out
mortgage.
your smartphone.
Yeah. See, Disney probably owns everything. Who am I kidding? But it sounds like Lyft and Uber. Lyft and Uber was like that too. Lyft came along, they were cheap. Uber came along, undercut all their prices. Lyft had to bring the prices down. Now all the drivers make less. Yay! But I guess we win, right? As riders. But so what do you have any history or interaction with the crowdfunding services that are out there? I know the new one, like the Kickstarter, of course, and Indiegogo are out there, but the new one, Seed and Spark, seems to have a lot of relationships with film festivals, filmmakers, and other film entities. Like, you can crowdfund with them and perhaps earn equipment, and they all kinds of crazy little incentives. You ever deal with them at all?
I haven't worked with Seed and Spark. I mean, I know other people that have.
Because I'm wondering if they have a big enough name to attract Joe Lawyer who wants to cut a check. But it's like, I've heard of Kickstarter because my friend, made an invention on it or whatever. But I don't know this Seed and Spark. I didn't know if they were gaining ground or if one was still bigger than the other.
Yeah, we haven't really used any of the
I haven't crowdfunded.
Kickstarter, any of that
unless it's
crowdfunding
for a
for
film.
SoCal, yeah. For
but
films,
not
though.
for SoCal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you made films, did you
Yeah.
crowdfund?
Yeah,
How'd it go?
I'm pretty good.
Seems like a lot of work.
It's
like
a lot
everyone's
of
got to
work.
get babied, and you got to send off
Yeah,
your little prize or whatever.
Exactly. You
But
have to make
then
sure
again,
there's content there
if they
for 'em.
he gave you $500, you want to do it, but then you were just like, I'm trying to just at the same time make the movie. Maybe you need a team. Do you make a team handle all that stuff, or?
When I did mine, I always did it on my own. But people would do other things. But I was always the crowdfunder guru.
Did you ever have any film festival nightmares of your own that you don't have to name names, but that then you made I'm going to avoid this when I run my own? When I submitted a film, did anything go south?
I wouldn't say I had any really bad experiences. Just experiences where, well,
That's if you're ever going to answer a question that
Yeah.
that I have no answer to your question.
We've
That'd
been
be
to
the
a-
one.
There
you want.
was
Been to some
one-
screenings.
there
but
was
no
one film
festivals.
festival that I don't even know if they ever screened anything because they sent. I remember we got this really elaborate email from them about their festival that was going to be in a few months, and then we couldn't find any screening happening or anything. They were supposed to have screenings somewhere, and they're supposed to have receptions like we're having somewhere, but then we couldn't figure out where they were. They never sent us invitations or locations to anything, and we got laurels, but we don't know if anything ever screened. So that could be a bad
kinda
experience.
scary.
I'm like remembering now.
What if a film festival happened and no one was there to see it?
Does it exist?
Does it actually exist? It's a good question. That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah. So that happened.
But screw it, you put the laurel on your poster anyway, right?
But
On you
we
go.
were selected.
We won?
We were nominated
Prove
for
me wrong.
something.
Yeah. Exactly. Do you watch every film as the heads of the fest?
Oh, yeah.
That comes, by the time the whole lineup's done, you've seen them all.
Yes.
All right.
We watch them a couple times, actually. So
And that's kind of cool for shorts. You can breeze through them. You don't have to.
Exactly,
You're
yeah.
not putting in a week just to watch
and
all the selections.
your attention span's always right there.
But that's good. When you see the filmmakers and they tell you what they saw, you're going to be a friendly face.
Mhm.
And you're not going
Right.
to go, "Who are you? What?" Talk to my intern over here. That's cool. What's the best film you've ever seen at SoCal Clips Indie Film Fest? Not including this year's.
My personal favorite from 2015 or 2016 was Super Larry. It was really good. It was
Super
about
Larry.
this crazy homeless guy who thought he was a superhero, and the film kind of jumped from his point of view, where everything was really vibrant color-wise, and he was kicking people's butts and all this stuff, to what was actually going on. He was just kind of rolling around in a ditch or something.
Oh,
It was
really
poor
good.
Larry.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
That one won audience choice. Like everybody loved it.
I just saw one of Dances with Films called Super Mom. And it was very similar. They were like, this girl thought her mom was a superhero, and then you hear about all this amazing stuff she does out in the city. And I don't know why I started the story, because I can't tell you the ending, because it's amazing. That they find, because it's total cheeseball comic book stuff. I'm like, yeah. Then at the end, they boom, the right cross, and you're like, well done, movie. Well done. So yeah, that's cool. How about you?
I have like a list of favorites, honestly.
Well, I'm on this short film jag because I have this thing going on at themovieguys.net called Today I Watched, and I'm watching a movie every day. Then I go and I write about it. And so it started, I'm watching a movie every day. Then it became, I'm going to watch either a short or a feature every day. Then it became, all right, I'm going to average a movie a day. So if I watch a double feature, the next day I don't watch a movie. I still watch too much, so like it became a thing. But I'm
7
averaging
a week.
But I watch 7 movies a week. So I'm watching many shorts. And just so you know, if you go on YouTube and start watching shorts, a lot of crap going on out there. It's not a festival. It's YouTube. That's not a festival. No screening, no filter to get to you. Just, I made this, and then they put it up. So
No
just,
password protected.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
know
If you can get
that.
to it.
Just know that you can. Yeah, just know that. But I will look up Super Larry. So I'm watching a lot of shorts. So I'm always curious what's out there
Zombie
that I need to
love.
go and see now.
We for our 5th year, we're like, we need to put like our best of our favorites up, because we
Yeah.
have a list. Like, we have our favorites, but I'll send you some. Zombie Love was really good last
Zombie Love.
year.
Mhm.
That one was.
But
It's the zombie musical.
Yeah, the whole thing was a
Hilarious.
musical.
Oh, really?
It was wonderful.
Oh
yeah.
That's
my
cool.
god, that was so funny, and so like just kooky and fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Really,
I go
really
to
well done.
sometimes I go to a festival though, and I'll be honest with you, I sit there and I go, God, what'd they reject?
No, we know exactly
lot.
how you feel.
You know what I mean?
So,
like,
I
and
mean-
most of the time it's horror. I'm not gonna lie. I go to horror and it's like, because people think horror. Oh, we got all free reign to get weird, and it gets so damn weird, or they've doubled down on gross. They left nothing for cleverness or story. That it's just sometimes hard to sit through them. Not that I'm naming names, Trauma Dance, but no, I love Trauma Dance. But yeah, it is rough to sometimes at some of these festivals, and I really wonder what the screening process was. So. But Jeff, you mean you have to lay the hammer down on quality, right? It's got to be
Absolutely.
Right.
the thing in the
Yeah.
long run.
Yeah. If it's not quality, then you can't. Then that's you can't screen it.
And it has all the right parts of quality as well, because your movie can look great, but the audio might be off. So
And that's the worst,
You
right?
know.
When it's the audio, you can forgive somehow something
Exactly,
looks.
yeah.
The audio, you're out immediately. It's like, I'm out
Mhm.
of this movie with the bad audio. You didn't get a mic. You put one mic over all the actors' heads, and
yeah.
it didn't cut the people on the opposite side. Oh, they're killing me. And,
It's-
and I'm not saying those movies are all over YouTube, but that's what I'm saying.
It's actually heartbreaking when you see a fantastic, amazing film. It's just got all the components, and then something is just off that ruins it. Like that you can't hear, or it's shaky. I mean, if you don't have the components of quality, which audio, camera, then it ruins everything else. So why did you even make this? Like put the time in to get it all right.
Yeah.
And if
Spend
you-
the $8 like I did on my first movie
right,
to ensure that your quality will be high.
right. Otherwise, it's pointless.
I'm going to plug my film, but plug some of the films that we will see that aren't mine at the fest. What do we look forward to when we go to SoCal Indie Clips Indie Film Fest this weekend?
One film by a filmmaker who's been with us since 2014, The Best Words.
Oh, and she was in Dances with Films. I was going to say
Yeah,
her
she
film
was.
in that.
Yeah, the film Best Words was also in Dances with Films Festival.
you
but,
had
What's that one
mentioned.
about?
The Best Words, it's
It's an experimental about Trump.
Oh.
It's an experimental.
Who himself is an experimental
Yes.
project.
Exactly. So
America's
it's
little
actually
experiment.
Yeah, it's not going well.
yeah about it's a political experimental film,
But it's
made by Tara
Nicole Azarian, yeah.
Azarian, who was a teen filmmaker until this year. So this is her first year as an adult filmmaker in our
She
film.
stepped right up to the content, I guess. To,
Adult film.
I'm gonna
All right.
I'm gonna make up for all the adult I haven't been in this one movie.
Yeah, but it's interesting because some of these filmmakers we've seen for 4 years. We've like with
Oh,
Tara.
that's cool.
Well, we watched her grow up,
Yeah,
I feel.
almost. It's
Yeah.
and you see the maturity level grow
Here's
in
Tara.
the films. and
Tara
everything
submitted
as well.
again. Yeah, oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, Tara
Yeah,
submitted another
exactly.
movie. Let's see, another Hello Kitty thing. Oh my God, it's a Trump movie. Yeah, that's cool. What else? What else can we look forward to?
I'm like not wanting to just say a few films and leave out the rest.
Oh, that's
of it.
true. You're
Yeah.
right. You're playing the right
I'm
card
like a
there.
mama here. Want to keep it all fair for everyone.
We're screening at 4:00. It's a film I
Yes.
shot and co-wrote called "Oh, the Effing Horror," and it's about a couple in the woods. Guy starts telling a scary story, no doubt to flirt with the girl, and then we just have fun with horror movie cliches from then on out. Ghosts show up and dialogue gets wonky, and it's fun.
And there's
We got the bees. We got all the bees going.
really big boobies.
Boobies and blood on display. We are there. We bring it. You seem more excited about that than us.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there a lot? Let's say over the course of the day, how many boobs are we looking at the SoCal Clips Indie Film Fest?
I think Oh the Effing Horror might be the
Really?
only pair. Yeah,
We're it. We brought it. Oh,
you
that's
brought
cool.
it.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of nudity this year.
Hilarious.
Hmm There's always one or two films that have some nudity in them, but yeah,
I don't think there's any.
you guys are the
vagina.
stars of the nudity genre this year.
All right. Well, hey, we'll own that. I guess. Why not? Let me ask you a question. We ask everyone who comes on this show. What is your favorite movie of all time?
My favorite movie of all time, I'd have to say, is Casino.
Casino? Not Goodfellas.
Not
Casino.
Goodfellas. Casino.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes you go Casino over Goodfellas?
I think the cinematography.
Is it
in
Rickles?
Casino,
It's Rickles, isn't it?
Oh, I love Don Rickles. He's so good. And I mean, all of Scorsese's films are so character driven, but this one's just so good. The cinematography, like I said, the shot with his, the car speeding by and his glasses and the wind. It's the
You
whole
get
thing.
thrown from the window. And
Yeah,
everything,
the whole movie's just got me like this the whole time.
Hey, that movie's just ugly, though. God, the end of that.
That's
Some of
another
the
reason I like
finales
it,
for some
yeah.
of those characters are unpleasant.
The cornfield scene with
Not
gosh.
good, man. Not
No.
good. Or the Vice. It's all bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, do you agree with that idea that if it ain't broke, right? I mean, well, I'm Scorsese. I got De Niro and Pesci here. Let's do it again, right? And it was great again.
Yeah.
I saw The Quick and the Dead the other day in my movie day, Jag, and I'd never seen it. The Quick and the Dead. Do you know the movie I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Sam Raimi. Well, you're laughing. What? Jag?
No, I'm just laughing at you.
Laughing at me? What? I'm watching a movie. Should I not watch a movie?
No,
Should
no.
I get out and have a life?
No.
Oh.
I was laughing at your movie a day thing though. Like your sidebar comment. My movie a day thing.
I'm not going to go into detail again. I mentioned it 10 minutes ago. But I watched. Well, Sharon Stone's the lead in that film, and I'm not so thrilled with her. Casino, on the other hand, her high point, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
And
Except I do like her in Total Recall. Not gonna lie. But yeah, Casino. That's,
yeah. And there's something about the way Martin Scorsese works with the actors. It just all the characters always feel so authentic in
Yeah.
almost all his movies. So.
Indeed. And points to you, although my wife Karen is not here, but she would certainly give you high applause. I left the Ghostbusters poster up here from a previous interview we had with
Yes.
Ray Parker Jr. right here in studio.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
We're sitting right there. We left that up because that's one of your also one of your favorite movies. And that gets you points here in the Admiral's Club anytime. So, okay, how about you, Leah?
One of my favorites is Amelie. It's been one of my favorites since I was young.
It's a good
A
one.
young girl.
What's that guy's name? Jean-Pierre Jeunet? It's French.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're
But
all French.
Delicatessen guy. That's what I call him. It's easier to pronounce. Yeah, Amelie's good. And then it brought
So
us
good.
Audrey Tattoo, and then it seemed like she was
Right.
going to take off, and now I don't see her anymore. What's up with that?
I don't know.
She did the Dan Brown, right? The Da Vinci. She
Mhm.
did the Coco after Chanel movie. Seemed like
Yeah.
that was maybe she's moving into like the highbrow award stuff, and then I don't see her anymore, which is a shame.
Maybe
Right.
she just needs a break.
Yeah. Acting's interesting.
Is it a lot making Coco Chanel movie? Come on, Audrey. If you're taking a break, stop with the breaks.
Well, if you do it the way Daniel Day-Lewis does, I mean,
Well, yeah, no wonder he takes 3 years off. Man, he's all in, that guy. And he's
Mhm.
retiring, right? Why do you announce you're retiring?
nah.
Well, you know what? Maybe you should, because I have this thing that the actors are going out on the wrong movie. Can you tell me Gene Hackman's last movie? He's retired now. Do you know his last film? Welcome to Mooseport. Gene, come on, come back and do one more movie so you don't go out on Welcome to Mooseport. Sean Connery, legend, right? Sean Connery. You know his last film? He's pretty much retired now. I think he did one voiceover for a British project. Other than that, his last film, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Sean, Sir Sean, come on, one more, please.
But he could, like, they don't have to be retired because they're actors. They could just be taking a break and then just go, you know what? I was offered this and I really want to do it. And it could be a really interesting, like, indie film with a strong character that they are super driven to play. So we don't know. They're
The
going to
Bill
be
Murray route.
Well, that's what I think's happening with
I
Nicholson.
love him.
Nicholson, yeah, Bill Murray's the greatest. Well, he'll always
I know.
surprise you. You don't know
Yeah.
what he's going to do next. FDR, yeah, like crazy. But who were we just mentioning? Oh, Nicholson. I mentioned him. He was more or less retired, right? And he went out on How Do You Know, that James L. Brooks Nothing movie with Owen Wilson and Paul Rudd and Reese Witherspoon, and you don't remember it, and no one does because it's not good. And I'm like, Jack, you can't end there. And I think he's coming back to one more movie
Yeah.
before he just permanently resides
'Cause they're sent scripts all
courtside
the
at the
time.
Laker games.
Yeah.
What's that?
They're sent scripts all the time. And if they find
Yeah.
something that's interesting to them, they could jump back in the game. And
But I love Hackman. I do miss him horribly. That guy could play anything. Anything. And Quick and the Dead, I watch a movie every day. And I saw Quick and the Dead the other day, and he's in that, and he's great.
Yeah.
Making Sharon Stone look as good as she can outside a casino. But, all right, well, listen, let's get to one last plug of everything. The SoCal Clips Indie Film Fest. This Saturday at Raleigh Studios, your chance for a small fee. What is a ticket?
it's $12 for general admission, which you want to go online and get because we're almost sold out of a few of the screenings right now. Like, after this, I got to check.
I'll post this as soon as possible.
That's how close we are.
Yeah.
So go to our website, www.socalciff.com, and you can purchase tickets before they're sold out because they literally could be sold out as soon as
you're
I'm
hearing
done
this.
here.
Oh, well.
And if
Well,
you're a filmmaker and you like what you see, submit.
Yeah, I was
Well.
going to say, or even if you can't make it, because it might be sold out,
Mhm.
now's the time. We have opened up submissions for next year's craziness.
Yeah.
And you've got your team assembled, ready to watch them. Does it start right away? Like as soon as you get the first one you get, Joe, watch this, or do you let them back up and then you got to get on it?
They kind of trickle in, and we we get on as early as we can.
I would
but
imagine you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because probably a lot. What is Can you give a number of like submissions you get?
Like this year, around 500.
500.
Yeah.
And total films
54
screened.
films are screening.
Well,
Right, yeah.
filmmakers, you should feel pretty good about that.
Right.
That's a pretty decent
Absolutely.
percentage. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, that is everything you need to know about the SoCal Clips Indie Film Fest. 5th year? 6th year?
4th year.
4th year. 5th year. Oh, the 5th year submissions have
Fifth year's,
just opened
yes.
up. Got it. So go and check it out. And I'll be there again on Friday with Oh the Effing Horror. And I was pretty impressed by this. It's like a feature-length film block of shorts.
Exactly.
Like it's an
Right.
hour and 45 minutes or so full of short films. So you
All
get your
different
$12
kinds.
worth.
Exactly.
It's cheaper than a feature film,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
it's the same length with more variety, and you're on the studio lot, which I keep saying is pretty cool, which you'll have to do. All right, Andrew Bourgeois, Leah Shaw, thank you very much for coming. And go check out SoCal Clips Indie Film Fest. Thank you.